Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm really excited because it's October, guys. So happy October. So which means Halloween is nearing, as well as my birthday. So I have some fun things that I will be announcing at the end of my video, so make sure to stick around. And before we get into it, make sure to subscribe if you are new, and also give this video a thumbs up. So without further ado, let's get into my story. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys. So back in 2013, I had my daughter, and I was pretty much a stay-at-home mom, but it was kind of boring. You know, like it was nice, but you know, I wanted to make my own money, have adult conversations, you know, do more. So, you know, I decided to look for a job. I did try at animal hospitals because that was my main goal, but I wasn't getting any lucky because everyone wanted experience, something I did not have. So I, you know, found this boarding slash daycare facility, and they were looking for, you know, a kennel attendant. So I decided to show up. I got an application and I went ahead, filled it out, and gave it back. In a matter of 1 to 2 days, I got a phone call for an interview. And you know, I went to my interview, everything went well. We were talking, she was getting to know me, telling me about the job description, and I actually got hired right on the spot, which was pretty cool. And you know, she asked me what my availability was, and then we set up a date where I would come in, you know, for my first day. So the first day approached, and you know, I came inside. They started showing me around, and you know, they showed me how to clock in, which is super weird because you used to, like, I don't know if you guys remember, like, or I know your parents remember and your grandparents, when you had to use a time, like a punch card to clock in when they worked in factories. And I'm like, it's 2014, like, why are people still using this thing, you know? Like, we're advanced, we're more technology. So, you know, I didn't think anything of it. And they do give you a walkie-talkie that you use there. So pretty much you use it. You have to, like, you mainly use it to interact with everyone, because like, say you have to transport one dog from one spot to another, you have to make sure the coast is clear, because if not, they like get really upset about that. So mainly is why you use the walkie. And you know, my job duties was I had to take care of the isolation dogs, and they're pretty much the dogs who can't be in general population due to aggressiveness, shyness, or medical issues, you know, whatever the case may be, but they just can't be with population dogs. And you know, everything was, you know, fine. I would take them out, come back, clean up their cubicle, give them fresh water, and then go back and interact with them. I would be outside maybe for about 30 minutes to an hour, but it was, you know, I started to realize that it was pretty boring. Then, you know, I started to get to know some of the staff, and they began to tell me how so many people have been in and out of that place. Like, you know, a lot of people quit after a week, and you know, I'm like, damn, you know what I got myself into. I got this job, but you're like telling me how horrible, you know, it is. So it's like, should I, you know, stay? Should I go? But at that point, I already put my daughter in daycare, so I don't have any other option. I have to stick it out. So after, you know, all of that, I start to realize why people were quitting. And it's because being in there is uncomfortable. You are literally being watched 24/7 because it's heavily surveillance, and the boss will come into work, sits in his throne, and watches everybody. Like, and you know how I know he watches everybody? Because he'll get on the talkie and he'll tell you something. Like, he'll be like, stop talking. Like, I literally got called into the office because I was talking to my friend. And, you know, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, it's not that serious. Like, you're telling me I can't even talk to anybody? So it literally felt worse than jail. Like, it felt like, you know, like a concentration camp. Like, this guy is Hitler. Like, he's not, like, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know what I mean? So it was just such a toxic environment that I did not like it. I didn't even like the fact that, you know, people yell at the dogs and everything. Like, I get it, you want the dogs to know that you're alpha, but it's just the way, like, the thing is, like, they have one person literally handling 30 to 50 dogs, sometimes 100, and that's not fair, because it's like, that's dangerous. Like, how is one person supposed to deal with that, you know? And it's like, this place is like so irresponsible. They had 2 female dogs outside, and one of them attacked the other because they decided to leave them unsupervised. And the one that attacked her actually punctured her neck almost to her jugular vein, and that dog had to be rushed to the hospital. The people at the facility had to pay for, you know, the damages, because it was their fault. Like, if you didn't leave those 2 dogs unattended, then maybe this wouldn't have happened. So they actually ended up banning the dog that did attack, and it wasn't her fault. Like, you know, you guys didn't supervise, so, you know, what else can be done? So, you know, it's just like, I started to see, you know, clear why people started quitting, and the fact that I wasn't going anywhere. Like, my position, I should have been, after being there for a few months, I should have stepped up, but I wasn't. Like, they did not, like, you know, have me move up or anything. And it was really irritating, because it's like, you know, I didn't want to continue doing the same job. And then when they did hire someone new, that person started doing more shit than I did. Like, she started, because when you move up, you then become into like the general population, and that's what she was doing. And mind you, this girl is like super duper quiet. She doesn't, like, you know, interact with anyone. And I'm just like so surprised, like, how is she able to move up but me, I can't? And I just felt like these people had like this vendetta against me. Like, I felt like they didn't like me in a way, because, you know, I don't know. So when it came time for our evaluation, I was told that, you know, I wasn't performing at my best. And to me, I'm like, how am I not performing at my best? Like, I do what I'm told. You know what I mean? I do my job. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to be a bitch and like yell at these dogs like everybody else? Would that help me move up? Like, I don't know what else needs to be done. So it's like, I already know this job is just not for me, but I can't just leave without having a backup. And then the other thing, she then tells me that I'm always late, which is bullshit, because I'm never late. The thing is, their punch card is 5 minutes ahead, so it appears that I'm late. But it's like, how can I be late? Because first of all, the managers are the ones that have keys to the building, so if they're late, then I'm late. You know what I mean? But it's like, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And it's like, when I mention that, she tries to say, well, don't make excuses. But that's what's going on. Like, if you, maybe if you fix your damn timestamp and have it in, you know, the actual time, then I wouldn't be late, you know? So, you know, I was just fed up. I was fed up. I was fed up with this guy, this boss who watches everybody, who has these disgusting smelly lunches, and who bombs the bathroom and clogs toilets. I was over it. Like, this place was not for me. Like, I felt like I was better than this place. You know, I deserve more. And the fact that I was only getting paid the minimum wage, which was $7.15, was not worth it. Like, everybody else got raises except me. Like, how fair is that? And when the new year came around, they actually moved up the minimum wage to, I think, like 20-30 cents or something. I don't remember. And they never changed it on my check, because for the past couple weeks after the law changed the minimum wage, I noticed my checks never had, you know, a change in them. So I told my boyfriend, I was like, look, my checks are like, it shows that I'm being paid, you know, $7.15 and not the I think it was like 25, 35, I don't remember. And he told me, he's like, you know what, so you better tell them, because that's against the law. You could sue them for that. So I went ahead and I emailed her, because that's the only way you can get in touch with this woman, because she's never there. So it's like I emailed her, and she's like apologizing, saying she didn't know and that she was going to reimburse me the money back. But my thing is, you're a business owner. How do you not know these things? Like, you need to be on top of it. So it's like, there's no excuse. You thought that I wasn't gonna notice, and that's why you didn't say anything and you didn't change it. You just figured, you know, I'm this stupid, naive person that, you know, I don't pay attention to detail, whatever. But I do. So, you know, I was already at the point I wanted to quit so bad, but I couldn't quit without a backup. So I started volunteering for this small rescue group that is based from a grooming salon. So I told the coordinator, you know, I was like, hey, because they do work with 2 animal hospitals. So I asked her if any animal hospitals are hiring at the moment. And she actually told me that the grooming salon is actually looking for someone to hire. And, you know, they can set up a, you know, interview. So that's what happened. I went ahead and met with the owner. She started talking to me. She's really, really nice. And, you know, she was offering me more than what they were paying me. So I was all for it. I was like, oh yeah, definitely. So then I went ahead and I emailed the job, and I emailed, you know, the manager, and I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put my 2 weeks in. So I guess she felt some type of way. She showed up. She brought me into the office and she said, well, I'm sorry to see you go, but you know, you signed a contract and you can't give away our secrets. And I'm like, what secrets? Like, there's no secrets here. Like, the fact that you guys treat your employees like shit, that you have them heavily surveillance, how we can't talk to anybody, we can't, you know, do anything, we have to be, you know, prisoners here. Like, is that what you don't want me to share with people? Like, because there's really nothing special about that place. Like, nothing whatsoever. The way, like, you know, any kennel place is run the same. Like, you know, you take the care of the dogs and that's it. Like, you know, there's really not much to it. So I don't understand why she feels like her business is special when it's not. Like, your business ain't shit, believe me. So then, you know, I did my 1 week, and then she emailed me and told me that it's okay that I don't have to finish my last week, that they don't need me. And I'm like, you know what, you can do that, Petty Betty. Like, I'm not mad, I'm glad, because you know what, this place is such misery that I'm glad that you cut my week. Like, you really think you're hurting my feelings? Like, she really thought that it was gonna hurt me in a way, but it really didn't, because that other place was hiring me anyways, so it didn't matter. So, you know, she didn't win. Like, whatever game she was playing, she clearly didn't win. So I was just so glad that it was over, because, you know, that place was like out of sight, out of mind. Like, I was free again. Like, I was free to do what I want. And, you know, I'm glad that this happened, because, you know, I was able to find a nice job, and I just didn't have to deal with, you know, Satan and, you know, his freaking club members. Like, I'm just so glad. So guys, that was my experience at a horrible doggy daycare / boarding place. I'm not going to disclose the information on the place, because I don't want to get sued, because that's how petty they are. They would dead ass sue me. So that concludes our video for today. I had so much fun with you guys, and as promised, I did mention that I had something I wanted to share, and we are doing DIYs for the seasons. I'm super excited because I love doing DIYs and I can't wait to share it with you. And guys, if you have any ideas on DIYs you guys would like to see, make sure to leave it in the comment section below. Don't be shy. Again, don't forget to follow on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Everything is down below. And subscribe because it's free. Until next time, guys. Bye.